that you'll ever do. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Madam Speaker, just to be clear, you're accusing the CIA of lying to you in September of 2002.
Misleading the Congress of the United States.
And
misleading the Congress of the United States.
And doing it again now as they've released this this list of briefings that says you were briefed on the interrogation tactics that were used.
I'm quoting what the head of the CIA has said. This is, we don't know if this information is accurate that he's talking about. What they briefed us on, and perhaps they should release the briefings. I would be very happy if they would release the briefings. And then you will see what they briefed in one time in another, House and Senate and the rest. And perhaps with the intense interest that this has generated because of the distraction that the Republicans want to cause with this, then you can make a judgment yourself about what you think these briefings were.
Madam Speaker, just to be clear, you're accusing the CIA of lying to you in September of 2002.
Misleading the Congress of the United States.
When the Congress and the CIA don't feel like they're partners in this effort, then frankly it hurts both, and more importantly it hurts this country.
They mislead us all the time. My statement is clear, and let me read it again. Let me read it again. I'm sorry, I have to find the page.
But it is a crime what the Speaker alleged.
And
a serious allegation, one that wouldn't necessarily alarm the American public at a time of war, which the President, I know, as you've told us, takes very seriously.
He does, and I appreciate the invitation to get involved in here, but I'm not going to RSVP. I appreciate the opportunity to get involved in this on Friday, and I declined, and I haven't changed my mind on Monday.
The CIA, their business is deception.
Everything seemed normal. That is, up until this instant. But to the right side of your screen, the arrow points to one of two agents whose job was to hop aboard the bumper and act as human shields. He's obviously perplexed. Watch as he shrugs his shoulders 3 times in dismay, each shrug more dramatic than the last.
We heard a lot before he left us. Tim, first things first, what's new?
Good morning, sir. Many things new, including the fact that this book, actually authored by Gerald Ford, finally proves once and for all that the CIA, our government, did destroy documents and cover up many facts that day in Dallas.
How do you know?
President Ford says it in writing in this book, released after his visit. This is the only book actually authored by the late president.
I would say that I've found it difficult to understand why the CIA, which apparently had advanced knowledge of the break-in, didn't inform me. I've found it difficult to understand how it could have been that at least 2 of those involved had CIA connections, and nevertheless that it was not brought to my attention as far as the break-in occurring. I must say, too, the CIA had motive. It was no secret that I was dissatisfied with the CIA, with its reports in particular.
During your discussions with Mr. Casey, Mr. McFarland, and Mr. Poindexter about the plan, did a question ever arise among you as to whether what was being proposed was legal?
Oh, no. I don't think it was. I mean, first of all, we operated from the premise that everything we did do was legal.
And there was contempt for the truth.
Now, Mr. Mitchell, do you draw a distinction between not volunteering and lying?
Well, it depends entirely on the subject matter.
When you're asked a direct question and you don't volunteer the direct answer, you might say you're not volunteering, but actually you're lying on those.
Well, I think
where are these memoranda?
Which memoranda?
The memoranda that you sent up to Admiral Poindexter seeking the President's approval.
I think I shredded most of that. Did I get them all? I'm not trying to be flippant. I'm just...
A Gulfstream jet that crash-landed in Mexico in late September bearing a load of nearly 4 tons of cocaine was used by the CIA for trips between the U.S. and Guantanamo Bay. But that's just the tip of the iceberg.
What's come out on it so far is the jet that they were flying, you know, we got the FAA records on it, and, you know, the Europeans have been looking into the rendition flights that the CIA agency was running for, you know, Guantanamo, and these tail numbers on this jet that crashed show up in some of their research as being used, this jet being used for at least 3 flights to Guantanamo between 03 and 05.